Come one, come all, it is tough to say, y'all. This is Grandmo, my NPR voice, as I come into this episode with high intentions, good things to say, many things to introduce, but first I'll introduce my friend, my co host.
B. McD, back on the mic, needing no further introduction. Graham, I'm really growing to love these episodes. It's where we get to spew the most. We can kind of be selfish with the mic. What's up, bro?
This is my favorite type of episode that we do. We are not restricted by time, we can just go off on tangents. We do have a structure for those out there at home worried sick that we're going to go off the rails. No, we've built ourselves a nice little foundation to work with. And what a month it's been, man. March was both
Madness.
incredibly fast and also painstakingly slow. What's going on with you these days, man? Let's talk about that.
Chilling. I am hitting the gym, staying out of the gyps. Audience, you'd be proud of me. My Lent's about to end, but I'm going to keep this trick.
It's still going?
Yeah, Sunday, Easter Sunday, baby.
Is that how that works?
It is.
From when to Easter?
I actually think it ended on last Sunday because then he returns from the desert.
And he has risen.
He rises on Sunday.
Okay. And that's when people eat food.
More like collect eggs, I believe.
So it's like he has risen, and so I can return to Instagram from my hiatus.
Yes.
There's been a lot of takeaways, a lot of lessons learned from a March full of, for me, activity. For you, probably more consistency or routine.
Oh, interesting word choice, Graham.
Well, it's called foreshadowing. So I want to give you my takeaway, my lesson learned. I learned that you can create the environment or the social scene that you want to be in. You just have to do it. I used to be in a place, and this was especially the case in college, where because there are so many things going on and so many people, so many activities, it's almost like you don't have to make any plans because the plans come to you. Turns out as an adult, you got to actually make them, or no one's going to think to actually hit you up. And the people that will hit you up, it might not be what you want to do. You got to be more selfish with your time.
I guess I'll answer that question with my lesson learned about just how important effort can be. You can see the finish line. You can almost taste it. You've scheduled your graduation, but we're still about 30 days out. And what I've learned is that far too often, some people think they're already there. And they pull the parachute, and they just kind of fly down to the ground. And I'm definitely struggling with that. I'm not used to having this much group work.
Highs and lows. I got my high. It's been an awesome month, I have to say. So I want to say before I give you my low, it was actually hard for me to think of a low, which is a great sign.
That is a good sign.
I committed this month to a writing schedule. I have always wanted to do this. I've always waited for moments to strike to be published. A lot of air quotes this episode. But I'm just doing it. I'm just writing every week. I set some deadlines. I got people keeping me accountable. Been writing to release articles every Friday. So at the bare minimum, one is going out a week. And while we have these creative outlets for the pod, this is just something a little extra.
But let's get into my high because I want to hog the mic as much as I can. So the month started in Miami. And as the month ends, I've now had 2, if not 3, conversations with real estate agents coming together, figuring out the Miami move, the Miami plan, and it is exciting. So to end the month, now having that conversation with that ability to actually understand the neighborhoods and to have kind of knowledgeable conversations with real estate agents and actually tell them, look, I'm looking for this big of a crib, this much in rent, these are my kind of short list of things I want. It's adulting. I'm finally not dealing with student housing. Shout out Trimark. I'm in the real world dealing with real people who are just trying to help each other. And it's been refreshing. Now my low, steal the mic.
There you go.
I did, for the first time, call me mainstream, generic, basic, but I did a trip counter. So I went on a trip counter, basically a Google search. I punched in the date as to when we're going to the Keys. I then backed it up into today. 54 days as of recording this. Technically 11 weeks.
See, that sounds awful. 11 weeks sounds like it's never going to happen. 11 weeks, the world could end. My low, and then let's move into some questions from the community. And the community did bounce back from a slateless cues from
Big
the community in the
Sean.
last monthly review.
Big
But
Sean
my
boys.
low is we all have, maybe not we all, but no, I venture to say us all. We all have a guilty pleasure within the retail space. And my guilty pleasure is Kith. It's always been Kith. Kith is my thing. Kith is the first cool brand that wasn't Nike or Adidas or like just sports brands or wearing a fucking jersey. Enough of that. I want to get into these questions from the community. One from the boy Zoe. Zoe wanted to know about, have our goals shifted for the rest of the year, and if so, how? Honestly, mine haven't. Mine have really just been, hey, keep working a job. That's a good thing to probably want to achieve. And continue to do tough to say shit. And looks like we're going to have some longevity in this game. I don't see us going away anytime soon. And as the year progresses, I'm sure some of these things will change because I see my goals that have been set as something that is so predetermined, and maybe just little side missions pop up along the way.
Yeah, my answer to that, love the question, is no as well. But that's because I have my blinders on. I'm not yet able to see into the real world. Nah, nothing's really changed. I hope to do that over summer. Maybe not make it as yearly as I had thought it would be, but maybe do a 6-monther. Goal setting is such a... You're just tethered to what you're in right now. And for me, it's geographically. For me, it's status. I'm a student. I'm unable to see the real world just yet, outside of maybe leasing an apartment and starting a job. We had a great first quarter, all things considered. I'll go with that vibe and be, look, healthy, got a nice couple of interviews to produce. Life is good.
Yeah, life is good. So consistency.
It's consistency. I love that word. That's the monthly mindset, baby.